pancakes.
I know.
Yeah.
Not go hungry in there.
No.
Realized after a moment that I was just eating to finish, and I said, no, don't finish this.
Oh, this is really neat. I mean, the history.
Need you up here so they can all get a good look at you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the War Eagle Mine, my humble home. The mines here were run over a period of 82 years by two different companies, the Tecopa Consolidated Company, otherwise known as TCM, which you'll hear referred to during the walk, and the Anaconda Mining Company that came back down here in 1940 and reopened for World War II, known as the Anaconda Company, or Anaconda. This is the East Portal, which was driven by Anaconda starting in 1949, and they use this as a haulage portal to get to the mine because by this time they were having problems getting ore out the main shaft, which is on the other side of the hill, which was too small and hard to get to, and there was some caving ground underground underneath, which we're going to show you. So for the last 7 years of the mine's operation, and only 7 years that they operated out of this portal here, all this rock you see here was stacked up here during that 7-year period. The hill that we're on, which is about 30 feet high. Not tailings, waste rock. Tailings have been chemically processed. These have not. So this is just garbage rock that did not meet the standards to be sent down to the mill. At one time there was a big ore bin here like you see on the other side of the hill, but people burned it. So everything out here, somebody has tried to destroy at least once. Most of it they've gotten. That's why I live on the property now, to protect it from that sort of thing, to keep it from happening again. The long-term goal is to have a full standing museum out here with a visitor center. Right now we're a little, less formal than that, but we're working on it. So we're going to divide up into two groups today. I'll be taking half of you in Linda and Pat here will be taking the other half in. So raise your hands so they know who you are. Any questions, any problems that I can't handle, you take it to these two right here. And let's divide up into two groups. If we can get you over here, I'll take William and Maria, I'll take you with me over here, and Fritz when he comes back over from wherever he's at. So there he is. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so everybody from you on over here, kind of move over this way a little bit.
You don't want to separate the spouses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that?
Maybe you do.
Right.
Maybe you do.
This will be Group A. I'll be taking you in. Group B will be going in with Linda and Pat. We're going to see the same things, but just for space issues in the mind, we're going to go in two fairly close groups until we get back to the junction back here. And at the junction, I will take the first group back into the stopes, further back in. Linda and Pat will take this group back into the museum area. And once you've shown them that, we'll kind of switch and pass over. I'll go take mine to the museum, you take yours back into the stopes. We'll all meet back up out here at that point. And nobody leave until everybody's out, please. Little cards?
Key things that they used to give the miners.
Oh, the check tags?
Yeah.
Not in the budget this year. Next fiscal year.
Also, they were trying to make sure.
And Howard, is there anything you want to address while already this is your group, so.
No, I think we're just ready to go, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everyone's got lights, headlamps.
Does anybody need a light?
I need one. I only brought one. So.
Hey, Howard. Oh, damn it, it's in the Jeep.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else who needs lamps? I got them.
You got one?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
Gonna take some extras with you, Pat, just in case people.
Batteries. Somebody has to come out with it.
Dynamite. That was a knockoff. As the drill bits wore out, they would replace them. And they're also different lengths because they would start with the short one, and then the further in they drilled, the longer the drill bit had to be to get in there.
So they would drill a hole, put the dynamite in there, blow it, and then you start.
They would actually drill like a circle of holes like that, maybe some in the middle. Then they would blow it, and then wait for the dust to settle. They'd clear that, and then they go and take the stuff out for the next set. So we got a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's what we made this whole last all this stuff.
They use hydraulics.
Yeah, eventually. A lot of it was by hand in the original. Yeah, 1800s.
They did that until the electric lights started coming in the 30s, but they really weren't working there until late 40s, early 50s. So most of what you see down here was done either by carbide lamp or some of the clean electric lights. Every light you have today is better than anything the miners were working with back then. So the cross section here, a doorway split. At this point in the mine, they didn't want to do a vein that looked promising, so they went that way a little bit, they went that way a little bit. They both play out a couple hundred yards down. They are off the ventilation flow, so they use on structure scale that they went over. North thread is drill through here. This is kind of what we use these days now. Instead of ready to use one of these and take it out for the longer end. These are sectional, so they'll run it back in this full length. They'll just roll another section on, and they can use the same steel, so they can run the further end faster than you would with the older stuff. And we'll do a piece of our ventilation piping over there. That's what would have been hanging overhead to bring fresh air back in here for folks. It's going to clear the air out. We don't worry about it today because we're not blasting or running equipment and setting up a lot of dust, but when they were working, these were very dusty places, very noisy places. Fortunately, most the power tools all use compressed air to run too, and they would all bleed back into the mine, so that also refreshed the atmosphere, but you still have to drive air back in here. And we also use the air ventilation for emergencies, because if you have a problem in the mines, you need to evacuate people. Some of your people would be a couple miles away in this mine. Phones don't work down here, radios don't work down here. They don't, hardline, landline phones only go to their stations, and there's not a whole lot of those. The only way you can get everybody's attention, because you notice my voice does not really carry in here. The surface, being rough as it is, acts like a baffle and a muffler or a suppressor, and it mutes the sound. I could have somebody 100 feet down there, I can't get their attention. It drives me nuts when I'm working with the crew down here. The only way the mining companies could tell the people it was an emergency they had to evacuate was they put a noxious substance called stench into the ventilation system, and the high pressure blowers would deliver that to the entire area of the mine within a matter of minutes. And people smell that rotten egg smell like the stuff they put in natural gas, they knew you got to leave. And that's still the standard today.
So they would use these. So the drill would be on one end and then going into the rock. Then they would screw this one in instead of having to switch them out. They could screw this one into the end and extend it further so they could drill in further. And then they just keep doing that until they got where they wanted. So that's a different type of drill again. So this would be the part that they would screw into. Know what I mean? This part fits into this part. So this part would be in the rock. That would fit in there.
So did they have air compressors is what ran the equipment?
In the 50s, yes, they had both water and air because, as you'll see when we get further to the museum, the drills took both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did they use before the 50s, do you know?
They had drills, but it was a little bit different. They didn't have the compressed air, but they had water going through them because you had to have the water to keep the dust down. So there's different kinds of drills back there, and you can see which ones have hookups and which ones don't. But yeah, and before that, it was a hammer. It would be to put the drill bit in there, pound on it, twist, pound, twist, pound, twist, pound, twist, pound until they got it.
Actually, it was a two-man crew.
Yeah, it was. One
So
held that, the
basically-
other one with the
Basically,
hammer.
the guy that's holding it better trust
Yeah.
his buddy.
Yeah, as they got longer, yeah.
As my dad used to say, watch out for the pink things.
Yeah.
That's what my dad used to say.
Yeah. Wonder where he got it. Ooh,
Yeah, he said there were 4 down. That was like 200 yards back after that. Was this like a compromise section? It is. So they would, whenever they had, the planks like this is because something's gonna fall. But the thing to notice is this is the first set of timbers we've got. If you look on the back of these timbers, like this side of them, you see this side's all nice and smooth. This side's all pockmarked because of the blasting. Yeah. The rocks are coming this way and hitting those.
You see it all over on the timbers on this side. Little office color, we haven't even gotten the mine property. Yes, actually, the tracks did go all the way out, and they've been, scavenged or salvaged and taken the tracks out. But one thing is that if the tracks burned, they didn't bother because it's too hard to use. Yeah, I don't know. Like that section still Okay, now we're out of the haulage tunnel, we're in the mine. This is 690, so this is the first portal in the actual mine. So out of the haulage tunnel. This is just backfill, and because the section to get to the other side of that wall is really, really sketchy, Ross's intent is to blast through this and make it actually go through to the other side because what's the sketchy part, the Jenga, is going to collapse any decade.
We just don't know.
Yeah. But so that's what this is. This is his alternate exit to get there, or alternate way to get there. And then here's 692. So actual mine, you're going to see ore down. Or before you didn't see that. So you're seeing that now.
That's the skull of dart.
Yeah.
Nice round up here. So you can step on the wood, so be careful. Rule number 1, don't die. Rule number 2, if you fall down one of these holes, you were never here. That's our promise, folks. Make you swear.
So that's a stope up there. That's what that's called, is a stope. Where they're going up a level, but in an angle like that, and it's timber. But Ross was saying he's been up there once and it's really unstable, so he doesn't allow people to go up there. And then this one down here is goes down to the next level. I'm not sure if Ross mentioned there's 5 levels below us to the mine. They're probably 5 levels above us. So, and that's just this mine. But you can step on that wood, it's stable, and you can look down there, see the ladder, and come up.
Yeah, that'd be wasteful.
Yeah, it is. It is a waste of time. So we drill up, and most of the time they would come down from the top and drill down. Obviously this one doesn't have an exit, so they'd be going up.
Okay. Now is this what I'm seeing all the color here? Is that some
Yes.
of what they were mining?
Yeah, that's part of it. You can see some blue, which is copper. Yeah, it would be the copper. There'd be some iron in there. Iron's going to be the rusty looking. So, yeah. And then this white is probably some kind of talc too, because there's talc in different places in here. But it's not the kind of talc that they would use, or else it's what do they call it, Christocola or something. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, you can see the minerals in here. Oh. It is. Shots we needed to, if they were saying for whatever reason they needed to shut it. So this goes down to the next level as well. It's another stope. As you can see, it's a drift would go this, or winds would go this way. Stopes tend to be at an angle. This one's going down. They probably went from here down. Huge area down here below. But this was also featured in the movie The Abandoned Mine, because they filmed a mine in this. They filmed a movie in this mine. So part of it was filmed here where the kids are trying to get away from whatever evil thing is chasing them in the mine.
Oh, yeah, I saw
And I guess it's on Amazon Prime.
I think they did 2 of them.
Nitroglycerin dynamite is the same thing, either the handling or the harvesting this. So you got the amidite, and more headaches because of the nitroglycerin.
This right here is silver cane. That's a blasting cap. So you don't want to touch that because it's probably still alive and will blow your finger off. That's a piece of dynamite. And I don't know if you heard Ross or not, but most of the dynamite you're finding in here is anodyne, which is not as volatile. A few other things that we found in here. They smoked a lot. This is another stope, but because there's dynamite down there, they stopped trying to clear that out, but that also goes down to that next level down there. But you can see they just push stuff down there. When it's in their way, they just push it. Who knows what's down there? The dynamite boxes, you've got still the dynamite boxes in there, and crushed. But what it's saying is there's no headaches because it's an anodyne one. It doesn't have the nitroglycerin that gives you headaches. And then here's another stope. It goes up where you are.
I want to warn y'all, there are 2 beams here, okay? About 6 feet apart. And I gotta tell everybody that, because that person a couple months ago, don't get the first one, stood up, turned around and said something from behind and walked back on the circle. So let's not do that.
This is where a slusher would have been too. This is an organ. So, the slusher would have been up there on a cable. You can see part of the cable still up there. Then the slusher would be something that would pull the ore down. There would be a cart here, the slusher would be mounted here, and you can see right up here, see the indents? That's from the cable coming down. So the cable would run this slusher, which is just a panel, down, scrape the ore down into the ore cart. way. Ore bins are coming this way, they go that way, probably go that way, ore bins coming this way. Ore bins coming this way. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Electrical boxes were up here when Ross bought the place, and since then they've been destroyed. So if you look online, there are pictures of how they still look. Back there, several more ore bins, more stopes, and access to the other side of the mine where the other incline shaft is that goes up to the ore bin on the west portal.
You know where they got all their wood from?
No, I'm thinking Sierra's probably. Yeah, who was asking about a map? So this is a mine, a map of the mines. It doesn't have the Columbia, but it has the War Eagle. The War Eagle's down here. Then it has the Grant, then it has the Noonday. So right now, we came in here. We're here. That's as far as we've gone. This is the lower levels. This is the upper levels of just this mine. And then it connects to the Grant and connects to the Noonday. So that's where we are. That's why he's saying 20 miles. It's a long ways considering we've only been here.
So up here on the top, are these upper levels in the goose?
This is actually the same level. This is still the 690 level.
Yeah.
So this you can walk to another 1.5 miles, I think, back to here.
And then the offshoots to the left are those?
Yep,
those
that'll
are
be to the Noonday. The Grant and then the Noonday.
And those are on the same level or different levels?
They start on this level. There's ladders going up.
I see.
There's several ladders to get to these different levels, but yes. And there's, we'll take a look at this. This right here is, there's different ways to get there. No easy way to get up here. There's no easy way here. That's an easy way, and I'll show you.
Have you been to all the different places in it?
No, not up to the lower 5 levels. So, this is, there's 2 tracks that go down, I think 2 levels, and then it goes into 1 level. But down here, there's actually drawbridges. So this one I think is open, and then this one I think is closed. So this one, the ore cart would go down to the next level. That one, it would continue down to the one below it. So this would go down to the first level down. This one can continue down to the bottom if it needed to.
How do they pull them up to the wall?
We have this big hoist back here. So they can pull them up on the hoist. There is. There's a man where you can walk all the way down to 5 levels. 500 feet. Yeah. There's a couple of ore carts down there, big ore carts that are down on the level below the
You walk on what you said. Oh, so you can actually walk this?
Yes.
It's like one of the ladders? Wow.
Yeah, you can just walk straight down.
Oh my gosh.
Shine the light on. And then we've got the museum space with some drills that are set up. So this is a good photo op. If you want to grab the drill and pretend like you're drilling, that's what that's there for. Yes.
That's so much.
Yeah, so they had a massive hoist back here to haul those ore carts are big. I can lay down and like a lot. Yeah, so there was a couple of hoist in here to pull those up. And then over here, we've got a few more things. Some of them came from mine, most of them were brought in from elsewhere, even, just as,
Like crops.
yeah, because there's not that much left here in the mines, but
This
some of them.
mine didn't have a hoist elevator.
They didn't have an elevator, no elevator.
A lot of manual walking.
Yep. Not to say that they didn't ride in the old carts, but no. This is one of those tools that they use. It's got the little spoon on the end. You can see. So that's what they would use to clean out the holes before they put the dynamite in. There's some more drill steel, some more tools. This axe, this pickaxe right here, I think it was found in the mine, but it had been leaning against the wall so long that the wood's bowed. from leaning.
Seen a lot of those in gift shops.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is of course, one of my favorites is the pneumatic skill saw here.
Plastic cap
You
box.
guys see that?
Yeah, dynamite boxes, so,
Pneumatic skill saw.
rebreathers, if they got into, some bad air, and different kinds of lamps that they would have used. These are battery powered lamps.
Oh boy. Those are mean looking nails.
There's some antique drilling.
Yeah.
But a different kind of spool right there too, it was a free spool. Or maybe a rope or something, this is a different kind of spool. That came from, Double Above Us.
This was actually, I think, made by a company that's made the cable, the steel wire for the bridges, like the Brooklyn Bridge and stuff. The same family.
Yeah, so look around at the tools. You can walk partway down that walk if you like and take a picture. You can see how it feels to walk down there because
No way.
it's 30-degree slant.
I'm walking down
And
I'd probably slip and go sliding down.
feel how it is, you know. And it's really different kind of stairs to walk down there.
Stairs are like slabs.
You know, it's 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's different.
It is different.
Yeah. That's the next level down, and then
Let me
there's a
read that
ladder.
brighter.
You get down to the next one.
Oh, there's a ladder.
There's a ladder, yeah.
Wow.
So you go down here, and then there's a ladder to get to the next one, or you go straight to get to the
Yeah.
level.
And then also there's a trap door for the carts, like you see the one, the middle one there. That actually lifts up, or if it goes down flat for the cart to continue on that level or to continue down to the next level. There's a trap door on both of them. Because one's up and one's down.
Yeah, these are just the rollers for the cables to pull them up.
Hard to imagine how loud it must have been. These are going up and down.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Are the trap doors again? Are they to get to different levels?
Yeah, because you can see this one here on this side. You see it. See the doors down with the track, and then it goes straight out to that level.
Huh.
And this one here is lifted up. I actually got a picture of my phone.
But it did have a mask.
Just us kicking it up.
Yeah, don't go too far. You're pretty tall, it's a low ceiling down there.
Yeah, they're coming up here and then we're going to go where they want.
Well, this is one here, so we come this way to see this stuff.
Yes, that's some good legs.
You know, going down this isn't so bad. We usually go down all the way to the bottom and then go up one level at a time. It's tough.
Really? Still gotta go down and take a look.
What do you think the reason for, I see these little cables nailed up there? Do you have any idea what that might have been?
No idea. No idea. There's so much stuff with the spine. It's like, what was that? What were they thinking? Yeah. What are they doing?
I bet they put the wedges in so they could hang things from them.
Cables coming up here. Because it had electricity. You see there's a box right here. So it could have been just like electricity to hold the cables in. You know, right there.
Yes, it's like, why was that there? You know,
Yeah.
look at that, like, obviously it has a purpose, but what's it doing?
Yeah.
It might be you'd hang it when you go down, come back out and take it off. Somebody'd know if there's somebody down there.
Really bent over though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just gonna come off of there.
No.
And these wedges look like they're hanging things from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hanging.
Yeah.
The wires and air pipe would be hanging from this ceiling.
Yeah, we were in here a couple of weeks ago and one had fallen down after we got through. Came in, went back out and you saw that one was falling down.
Yeah. Yeah. You left us back here while you went out there too. I was like, okay. So some of those, you could get that way. Rather than extruded, it's spiral.
When did they get this started?
The mines themselves were started in the late 1800s. This mine closed in about 1957. But, yeah. So they were working parts of it throughout that time period, the 82 years that it was in, that these mines were in operation.
Was it like an electric motor here that was pulling the cars up and down?
I'm not sure what motor that, I mean, they certainly had
They got electricity
electricity.
here, that's for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it could have been, I would think so because there's a huge battery pack station back there.
Which will show you.
Yeah, they'd be on the other spur.
Yeah, that battery pack station.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be electric, that was the easiest thing. There was also some kind of a bell system that when you were on the level, you would ring the bell and it meant something like let the drawbridge down or up or carts coming up or something.
Yeah, beep, two beeps.
Yeah. The one thing you don't see too much in this mine is miners graffiti. There's very little in this mine. Like in the noonday, it's everywhere. Here, none. You see graffiti from modern day explorers, but not from the miners.
Do you think it washed off or
No, I
they
just
just
don't.
didn't?
Yeah, because in the noonday, it was 1927 or 1929 is. Oh yeah,
I'm gonna show you a little bit of something.
yeah.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Right here, guys.
Yeah.
And I just want to show you what I think it was to get to the upper level. You have to crawl up back, and then there's a rope.
Really? Oh, I see the rope, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of just go up here.
And that is that.
So that's how we get to the upper levels. This one doesn't even have a ladder, we brought this thing in. Oh, here, let me get back up here so I can. So access to the upper levels, this goes to the 590 level, which is the level right above us.
Okay.
And it's
100 feet?
100 feet, about 100 feet, yeah.
Is that where the nomenclature and the numbering came from, is it 100? Based on-
Yeah, but the 690 would be 690 feet from the top of the mountain. Yeah.
So these caverns, or did they blast every bit of this?
There was probably some natural caverns in here, just from air pockets from the rock, but most of it is blasted out. Yeah. Right. The reason that Ross wants to blast through that one wall.
Is that where we came from?
Yes. Thank you. Right, here,
There's a big hole right here, guys.
Yeah.
this area you're walking into, you don't touch anything. Okay. Don't touch anything, please. Yes. This is the Jenga. Remember, don't touch anything. Very important.
That looks serious.
Yeah.
Now, the sign says out, that means you go that way to get out.
I'm not sure. Might be out coming down too.
Anyways, just like I said, it's just an area that's all shored up.
Look at this.
But whenever you hear us talk about Jenga, this is Jenga.
Oh, what's this out mean?
I don't know. Probably for people who want to get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like all these arrows that are everywhere. It's like the orange arrows are enough. And then that blue one.
Gives you hope.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that's why, yeah. I don't know if it's that or me. Probably me.
I don't know how long I want to sit in this part.
Yeah.
Go down the main incline shaft, but you can leave it. It's going to 30 degree angle and come back to it. and it's burnt. So it's really, really rocky and hot.
Sprayed, or sprayed.
Yeah, a lot of screen.
People that are in good shape, maybe.
That's
That would
Or, we can go up. We can go up one of these slopes up here and then go up and over and get down.
Yeah, that's the one that I
Yeah.
done there.
I just wonder, I mean, they put a lot of work in to keep that open.
Yeah,
So they
that's because
would-
all their power lines, everything came in that way. See?
Yeah.
So then they punched the other tile in on the other side there.
Okay. So that was work.
So they kept it alive just because of all the, utilities came in that way. They brought it into the west portal of this one.
talking about going up and then down.
Yeah.
We're not.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
No, we're not.
That was the imperial weed.
Oh, we're not, okay.
Yeah. No, that was, we was just asking if there's other ways around it. It's like, yeah, you can climb up this and go across that and climb down there.
We're not.
Nothing easy.
I don't think,
Modern mines, you have to have two-way
Yeah.
That wasn't the case in the old.
Actually, there are other ways out of here. Other people drive it.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Great, excellent timing. Anyone out here? Again, folks, duck your head twice because 2 beans. Doesn't count if you duck the first one and you face plant on the second one. It's funny to me, but
You guys want to get over this way so they can get that way, please? And we're going this way.
we're going this way, folks. And come on out, make a right turn. Yes, ma'am, there are. How's it going, Howard?
Excellent, thank you.
Well, wait till you see what's down there.
oh boy, ducking.
You having fun? Kind
Everyone's still smiling, that's good.
Yes.
Come on, you guys. Come on. Get going.
Sorry,
We're waiting on ya. Hey.
Showing off the antique
Yeah,
Cooper.
yeah. Come on.
There we go.
So, watch your head twice.
Go in there and we own the toilet because it's under the mugs.
Oh, wow.
We don't use it. So one thing to notice about this stove right here is you can see there's timbering. And there's timbering in a lot of the stoves. But the timbering is only there in case they needed it. If this was, we're going to show you a stove where there's no timbering at all. So this one, they needed it, and there's a lot of wood. They were probably directing. I mean, this looks like a workstation. They have the slusher right up here, like I told you about the slusher. We'll be pulling it down from the stove that's up above us. Right? Down into the ore cars that are coming down here. Now, I don't want you going over there. Okay?
I wonder what that cylinder was.
Toilet.
Oh.
Toilet.
That's the old toilet, yeah. Minder's toilet.
It's been hard to sit on that.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a little bit.
delicate operation.
All right, so you can see this area right here has had quite a bit of collapse. So be careful, there's a lot
Yeah.
of some rocks on the ground here.
Goes off, that's on a,
She's saying that might have been storage.
Yep, dynamite storage, or some kind of storage. You can see some of the drill holes in there.
some storage area.
Storage, yep. And then this way.
Hey, Art, that's the lid that Pat felt.
I remember that.
Yeah.
This mine where there's actual, somebody had a candle here. Somebody had something here for a while. Even though I don't see any candle wax. I mean, it's just it's soot from a candle, some kind.
And this keeps going all the way through the
This
other
will
side.
go another mile and a half till it ends.
Oh, it just dead ends.
It just dead ends, yeah, this level dead ends. To get to the Grant, it's a 100-foot ladder. To get to the Noonday, it's a 100-foot ladder, a different ladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's and those ladders are at the
Down
end of
there.
this.
They're not down at the end, they're at different locations.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and about, you go down there about a mile, and you know what poof dirt is, right? It's when you step in, it just kind of poofs.
Oh, gotcha.
There's a lot of that down there. It's mud and it's really, really fine, silky kind of stuff. And you can't even see your feet when you're walking in. You can't even see your feet.
Now, why did they dig that? They just did it, was it ore?
Maybe hoping to find more ore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard because there's so much of this silt that comes up. It's really hard to see anything. It's covered everything. And water's got in there, which is why there's that silt stuff. You know? And then you get past that, and it's all like this again. Yeah, it's just this one little area. This is the 690. Yes. This is the 690. Go down here, Blue Lights.
So this is a grease bucket.
This is the way to get around it. You go up here to the 590 and 100 feet up. Of course, since it's at an angle, it's going to be further than that. 100 feet up is to the 590. Then you would go, let me see if I can remember how to do this. You go up to the 590, you get to the incline shaft, and then you go, there's a couple different ways. You go down the incline shaft 100 feet, and then you're on the same level, but on the other side of the thing.
Yeah, those are. Those,
That's what
to
this
get
is.
up to the carts.
And these ladders, the intent is to put these ladders up there to make it easier to get up there. But again, the adventure tour, you want to go up there, it's fun. It is.
Let me know how it is.
You know, for me, the going up is not the hard part, it's coming back down that's hard for me.
Yeah, slippery.
Yeah.
So there is an adventure tour that takes you up through that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And depending on where it goes, like I said, you can go up this and then come down a different way, or come down the same way, or go up behind the Jenga and then come through the Jenga and then come out. I mean, there's different ways, but
Pretty neat.
yeah.
Are all the ladders still serviceable?
Well, these are all brand new ladders that you're seeing here.
Yeah, they
These
sure
are all
are.
new.
But the 100-foot ladders you're talking
The
about?
100-foot ladders, some of them are, because it's really dry in here.
Yeah.
nothing goes bad.
So,
Only 50-foot.
yeah, so, but some of them have, people started fires, so the one going up to the Grant is, the bottom of it is burnt. And it's really sketchy looking.
Okay.
It's not anything that,
You don't want to put it to the test?
no. The one up to the Noonday is pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. Yes, I'm telling you, adventure tour.
Next trip.
Pretty deep.
Yeah.
But no timber, it must be solid.
No, that's another ore pass, just like this one.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
So is that where the wood's at? Is that the 790 level?
yes.
Okay.
Well, the ore pass is right there.
Okay.
And then the 790 is like, this far down, 4 feet down.
Okay.
The level
Okay.
part, but yeah, that
Oh,
is the
gotcha.
ore shaft at the 790 level.
Okay. Very interesting.
And it's just like this, had a slusher just like this one has, you know, where it pulls the ore down as they're coming down this way. That was in the ore cart. Goes out to the incline shaft, up the incline shaft with the hoist, and then out that way. Or before they had the haulage tunnel, it would have gone, where would it have gone? I'm trying to think. I can't think for the moment.
Sometimes it's easier not.
Oh no, it would have gone out to the main incline shaft where the ore bin is on the west portal. That's where it would have gone.
Yeah.
Geez, thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Western Town Place over here. So across from Ross's place, across the road there, where the top lines are, the Brown brothers first lived there. Then they came over here, and then they started digging over here, early late 1890s, around there. So the New Day was until about 1929. They closed that then. And then the Grand is in between the Noonday and the War Eagle. It doesn't have an access, so everything that came up from the Grand went through the Noonday to get out, so that's about the same time period. Then they needed lead again, so they came and started the War Eagle back up until about 1957 when they finally closed it. But it was producing lead all the way through World War II. So they needed the lead. So it's 82 years basically that these mines were in operation.
Is there any sense of how much ore is sort of untouched in here? Is it pretty much put out?
No, there's still a lot of ore in here, but it's cost prohibitive to get it out. You know, because it's lead with a little bit of silver, well, nobody, there's not that much use for lead right now. Now, if they found lithium in here, that would be different.
The whole mountain.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why. I mean, there's still some galena that has some nice silver in it. But again, it's cost prohibitive. I mean, silver is what, $33, $34 an ounce? It's gonna cost you more to get it out.
Gotcha.
Pretty interesting.
Blindfolded them, took them into the middle of the mine and then abandoned them in the dark. They paid me big bucks. I bet they pay you a fortune.
I was thinking about that myself. If everything quit and we had to get out.
I didn't know they had basements too.
Yep.
You have to wait for them to open that?
No, they just lift it. Here, I can get it for you guys.
Okay.
Just a second. I'll lift it. As high as it goes.
Got weekend, Dan.
Well, Howard's here. He can hold it.
He's the tour guide.
He's the tour guide. Thank you.
Pass it to the next person.
Big shakes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice in there, wasn't it?
They're all
okay.
big shapes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing down there.
Most of us, there's a couple.
Thank you very much, Pat and Linda.
Thank you. Everybody make it out?
Everybody alive.